We're picking up now the second part of a story. This is Todd the Butler, our producer, who we're all talking around, who has an extreme addiction to fatherhood and specifically to his daughter.
No, you think it's an only child thing? Because I don't mean to make a comparison between kids and dogs, but I mean, it's like you, Jimmy. I mean, when you have one dog, you come home, you love the dog, it's great. But when it becomes 4 dogs, you almost want to just forget about them. They become a hassle.
I don't get the comparison.
Well, because having more than one kid is a lot exponentially a bigger job and a bigger headache than having one. So if you've got like several of them, you may not want to come home as much. I've never heard of anyone with this personality with more than one kid.
One thing that I do want to say that is a bit scary and is totally addictive, if something were to happen to her, I don't know what I'd do. I honestly don't. I mean, if she were to get, if her life were to end in some way, I don't know that I'd want to stay. I honestly don't. I mean, that's how strongly I feel.
Well, you'd have to at least give a 2-week notice. That'd be things Leslie.
I know, you can't start dropping.
The appropriate thing. Or at least let us know.
Hey, Travis, what's going on?
Not much.
What's going on? Talk to us.
Well, I just like to support you, in feeling the way that you do with your daughter. I feel the same way. My 2-year-old just turned 2, the 18th, and I don't know what I would do without him either. Me and my wife, I think our first date alone was 16 months. When he was 16 months old, he goes everywhere with me. I'm a paramedic, so I have 2 days off, and I've taken him to job interviews. If they don't accept me and my son,
what a bad idea.
If they don't want to accept you and your son, you take him to a job interview?
That's a bad idea.
Yes. They got to understand that my family comes before anything.
Yeah, but that's a little too much. There's something in family coming first.
You know what? Maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe an employer might...
they got to accept me for who I am in the job that I do, performing a service. They have to understand that I'm here performing a service, but also they got to understand my son's going to come first.
I think while it shows that you're a devoted father, as an employer, I might look at it like, if this guy couldn't find somebody to take care of his child just for the 1 hour that it took to do a job interview, what's going to happen down the line when... how many days is he going to call in sick for work?
It's one thing to be a family man, but that's,
right.
over the top.
I have to disagree. For the 2.5 years that I've had in my previous employment, I've only called off work 3 times.
Right, but...
One of those was when
he said, what if?
But I'm saying... But if I'm a prospective employer, I don't know that. I know I'm hiring a guy who couldn't even find a babysitter for the job interview.
Didn't want to find a babysitter.
Or didn't want to. Down the road, how many days is this guy going to miss because he didn't want to find a babysitter? Or hypothetically, is the baby going to be in the office all day?
Besides the point, you feel just like Todd, Travis.
Yeah. I'm not criticizing you.
I was one whenever I was single. Went out, did the party scene. My married friends, from high school and college and whatever, was like, oh, man, find a babysitter. Come on out, have a good time, got a party, go stay out all night. And now I'm the one saying no to those friends.
It's very noble to be a great parent, but there's such a thing as being over the top either way, as in the far extreme of an awful parent or the far extreme of you can't function in any other level now, but that's all you can do. There's got to be balance.
And I mean, and I'll be honest, and the water has passed.
Just in my opinion.
And I agree, and the water's under the bridge, but I remember at the time, like when we were at this seminar, at DJ camp, and I could tell Todd was like kind of, he didn't want to be there. He wanted to get...
I was also a little sick, but yeah.
Okay, because of Mia, and I thought, man, Todd, I was thinking to myself, I was a little aggravated because I thought, this is your job, and you need to have your attention focused on this. There's a time, as a man, we have to learn how to balance. Yeah. Men have to learn how to balance the home and the work.
God,
right?
You're very lucky that Carol is the same way as she is. I'm
sure.
Thinking, because what if you got one parent who's attached to the child and the other one's not, and she's begging for some attention, but the parent wants to spend it with the child.
Right. But at the end, but a guy's got to go out and take care of business.
It's also healthy to be away for a little bit sometimes. Mm-hmm. I mean, we make a point to go do things and schedule things to do without the baby, because when you come back, you're that much more rejuvenated and rejuiced to go.
Next week, by the way, Mia's going to be coming into work with me because we can't find a babysitter. Carol's got something going on. That won't be a problem.
I would like to see her here
for
actually.
a week.
You don't understand how hard it is to find somebody to care for your child. It's really
it's not easy. The whole package of having a kid.
You remember the woman a couple of weeks ago who the unfortunately her 3-year-old daughter died in a car. She parked it at a mall somewhere.
Right. Oh yeah, she parked it. No, she parked it in her parking lot at
her job.
At
her job, went in and worked, and then came out and
she was stupid though.
She was stupid, but there's a little part of me that feels the sympathy for. I mean,
okay, but let me tell you,
that's a bit.
All right,
I mean,
a little bit. I'm saying a very small bit.
But let me. I don't know
what she
how
did
much
was stupid.
I don't know how much you know about that woman. This has become a big case. This woman was from New Jersey. She left New Jersey where she had her whole support system, her parents, a whole support system that could help her raise this child. And she chose to come to Atlanta where she knew nobody and where she knew it was going to be infinitely more difficult to raise the child as a single mother. She made that selfish choice and ended up killing her child.
Well, now that I understand that part, I mean, I stopped hearing that story the night it
I know.
Let's take some more calls.
Are you serious? You're going to bring your daughter to work for the week?
I'm joking.
Because that would be an issue with some people.
Oh, I know it
That
would.
would be a huge
I
issue.
wouldn't be able to get any work done.
Exactly. I mean, you can't with a 2-year-old. No,
It
there's
would be
no
an
way.
issue if you couldn't get work done.
Mike.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, I was just calling. I mean, I feel the same way y'all do, man. I've got 2 kids. My son is 7. My daughter is 5. And I had to give up a job that I had on the road where I traveled extensively because it just drove me crazy being away from my kids like that.
How often were you gone? How many days a week?
How many days a week? How about, say sometimes 3 weeks at a time?
Yeah, see, I don't blame you.
And it just drove me crazy. Like an example, I was in San Diego, and a coworker, I wanted to go hang out at a casino out there for the last 2 days that we were in town. I was just ready to get home. You know what I mean? And it's crazy coming from my background from the inner city where a lot of my peers that had kids early on as I did really did, support their kids as I felt that they should have. And even to this day, I look at them and the way they treat their kids, and I look at my situation, and they're the same ones that are calling me, hey, let's go out this weekend, or let's do this, or let's do that, and I can't do it because of my kids. I have to be there every night to tuck the kids in, read the bedtime stories. I have to get up and do the breakfast in the morning.
Hey, that's great.
And I don't know what it is. My wife has a problem with it sometimes because she wants her time, and she thinks I spend too much time worrying about the kids.
What do you do for a living?
A lot of it has to do with society today.
What do you do for a living now?
If anything were to ever happen to one of my kids, I just don't know what I would do.
What do you do for a living now?
I'm in landscaping now. I came back home and started my own business.
You can make your own hours then.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's cool. And I wouldn't want to be away from my kids
Thanks
for
for
3
calling,
weeks.
Mike.
And this is something that obviously I don't, have any concept of right now. But like to not be able to go for like 4 hours, like that, 3 weeks is excessive.
Time away is good.
Yeah, but like, I don't get the whole I can't be away, I can't go to a movie tonight, or I can't go play golf, one day.
You can't shut your life down completely.
That's something. Wow.
Hell, I went to a NASCAR race.
Hell
You did go to a NASCAR race. Congratulations.